Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. I am Yamid Khanjawani, Government Ustad Bukhari Degree College, Dadu. Dear students, the topic that will be discussed today, that is blood. Blood, fluid connective tissue. The blood circulates throughout the body, that maintains the uniform body temperature. The transportation and circulation of the blood that transports the food substances from the intestine to all the body parts. It also transports oxygen from the lungs to all the body parts, and it is also involved in the transportation of enzymes, hormones, and it is also involved in the transportation of the waste products from all the body parts towards the kidneys, and from the kidneys the waste products, metabolic waste formed in the body cells, they are excreted out. Blood, the total volume of the blood that a man possesses is about human male possesses about 5 to 6 liters of the blood, and that of the human female possesses 4.5 liters of the blood. Thus, the total blood volume that forms about 7% of total body weight. Body weight. Total body weight. Blood, the process of its formation is called hematopoiesis. Hematopoiesis. It is the process of formation of the blood. And let us see, blood, a fluid connective tissue that having the blood that can be divided into two portions, the protoplasmic portion of the blood and a non-protoplasmic. The non-protoplasmic portion of the blood, that is blood plasma, that forms about 55% of the total blood volume, and blood corpuscles. The blood corpuscles, they form about 45% of the total blood volume. Blood plasma, that you may consider as a non-protoplasmic, and blood corpuscles, they are supposed as the protoplasmic portion of the blood, because the blood corpuscles, they include RBCs, WBCs, and the platelets. These are the cells, and thus we can say that this is the living portion. And this blood plasma, that we treat as non-protoplasmic substance, because blood plasma is a blood liquid having a yellowish color. The blood plasma, that forms about 55% of the total blood volume, and it consists of about 10% many substances, while 90% blood plasma possesses 90% water, and the 10% other substances, many substances, they include food substances, because we know the food which we eat, that after digestion is absorbed by the intestine, and it is absorbed by the intestinal wall and diffuses in the blood. Thus, the blood plasma having a good amount of the food substances. This the other substances they also include enzymes and number of hormones. Hormones we know these are the products of some cells, especially the endocrine glands. These endocrine glands, when they release, produce hormones, they get diffused directly into the blood and are transported to different their target parts. Thus, the hormones are also found in the blood plasma. The other many substances they also include waste products. Waste products or metabolic waste, which include urea, ammonia, uric acid, carbon dioxide, and number of the salts. These thus the 10% of the blood plasma they include food substances, enzymes, hormones, and the metabolic waste. Therefore, then we will discuss the other living portion of the blood, that living or protoplasmic substance present in the blood. They are the blood corpuscles, which form about 45% of the total blood volume. These are blood corpuscles. The blood corpuscles they include red blood corpuscles are erythrocytes. Erythrocyte, the word erythrocyte is the combination of two words. Erythro is taken from erythrin. Erythrin, that meaning red, and cyte is taken from the word chitos. Cyte is taken from chitos, that meaning cell. Thus, erythrocyte meaning red cells. These RBCs are the red blood corpuscles. The process of the formation of RBCs, that is called the process of formation is called erythropoiesis. Erythropoiesis. Erythropoiesis is the process of formation of the RBCs. There is no RBCs. These are the larger cells. These are the larger cells with about 7 to 8 micron size. The RBCs or the red blood corpuscles are formed in which part of the body? These RBCs are formed in the bone marrow, and the bone marrow cells, they undergo the process called erythropoiesis and forming the RBCs or red blood corpuscle. The red blood corpuscles, these are rounded biconcave, disc-like and having no nucleus. These are non-nucleated disc-like and biconcave cells. You may imagine the shape of a RBC just like a toffee, Fanta toffee, having the same shape like the RBCs. The RBCs are the red blood corpuscles. They are involved in the gaseous transportation. Suppose the RBC that having a protein, that protein is called hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is a protein, iron bounded protein that is found inside the RBCs. About in the RBC, hemoglobin molecules, they have each hemoglobin molecule we know having 4 heme parts, and each hemoglobin can carry, because each heme part can carry 1 oxygen molecule, thus each hemoglobin molecule can carry about 4 oxygen molecules, but in the RBC about 280 million are in the RBC about 280 million hemoglobin molecules are found in the single RBC. Each hemoglobin having 4 heme pods, thus one hemoglobin molecule can carry 4 oxygen, and thus RBC can carry trillions of the oxygen molecules. When the oxygen that combines with hemoglobin molecule forming a unstable compound, that unstable compound is called oxyhemoglobin. It is an unstable compound. Oxyhemoglobin molecule is formed in the lungs, and thus this oxyhemoglobin molecule, that when it travels through the blood circulatory system at the cellular level, the oxygen detaches, gets separate from the oxyhemoglobin molecule, and thus oxygen is supplied by the hemoglobin which is found in the RBCs. Thus we can say that the RBCs are involved in the oxygen transportation. The RBCs, they are also involved in the transportation of the carbon dioxide, because we know when the oxyhemoglobin is again changed into hemoglobin, the amino group of the hemoglobin that combines with hemoglobin to form, when carbon dioxide combines with the hemoglobin, it's the compound is now called carb-amino hemoglobin. Carb-amino hemoglobin. It is also unstable compound. When this carb-amino hemoglobin molecule that reaches at the lung level, carbon dioxide separates from the carb-amino hemoglobin, and this carbon dioxide is diffused out through the respiratory system. RBCs are the red blood corpuscles. They have an average age of about 120 days, which form about 4 months. That means RBCs, they have an average age of about 120 days or 4 months. And the old RBCs, when they reach their average age 120 days, okay, these RBCs, they are destroyed, and generally the RBCs are destroyed in the liver. The RBCs about 5 to 6 million RBCs are found in 1 cubic mm. 1 cubic mm of the blood. 1 cubic mm, that is about you may say average drop of the blood. 1 cubic mm, that is about average drop of the blood. The average drop of the blood that having 5 to 6 million RBCs. And number 2 is WBCs. Number 2, WBCs are white blood corpuscles. White blood corpuscles. White blood corpuscles are also called leukocytes. We know the word leukocyte is the combination of two Greek words, leuko and kaitos. Leuko and kaitos. Leuko meaning colorless, or you may say white. White. And kaitos meaning cell. That meaning white cells. The white blood corpuscles, they are larger in size and they are nucleated. Generally, most of them they have shape like amoeba, and they are nucleated cells. They are formed in the bone marrow. They are also formed in the spleen and the thymus, and spleen, thymus, and you see the tonsils. Tonsils, spleen, and the thymus, they are called the glands. These glands, they are called lymph glands. Lymph glands. These lymphatic glands, they are involved in the formation of the RBCs. Thus, these lymph glands, they are considered as the part of immune system. RBCs, WBCs, these are the larger cells. Average drop of the blood, or we can say that 1 cubic mm, that is equal to 1 average drop. 1 cubic mm of the blood, yeah, average drop of the blood, that having about 5,000 to 10,000 WBCs. The WBCs, they are classified into five groups. They are neutrophils, basophils, eosinophils, monocytes, and the lymphocytes. These are the types of the WBCs. Out of these five, this group, the neutrophil, basophil, and eosinophil, they are called granulocytes. And you see, monocytes and the lymphocytes, they are called agranulocytes. Agranulocytes. These neutrophils, basophils, and the eosinophils, they are called granulocytes. They are granulocytes so called because their cytoplasm is granulated. They have granular cytoplasm. We can imagine just like the toothpaste, Close-Up toothpaste we use. Some people they use Close-Up toothpaste. The Close-Up toothpaste having small granules that we feel during the process of brushing. So these granulocytes, they have granular cytoplasm. Granulocyte, we know that is the combination of three words. Meaning not or without, granules meaning some granular structure, and cytokaitos cells meaning these cells they have cytoplasm without no any granules, that is the plain, just like we can imagine other toothpaste. So the WBCs are white blood corpuscles. From their function point of view, we know they form the immune system of our body. They fight against the foreign invaders. They form the immune system of our body, and out of these neutrophils and the monocytes, they are called are called phagocytes. Phagocytes. Phagocyte is the combination of two words. Phago is taken from phagen and cytocells. Phagen meaning to eat. The cells that eat up the what they eat? They eat up the foreign invaders which attack the body, and thus they fight against the foreign, they engulf the foreign invaders and thus prevent the body from diseases. All other basophils, eosinophils, lymphocytes, they produce antibodies or they produce some toxins. These toxins they also fight against the foreign invaders and prevent our body from the diseases. Thus the WBCs they form immunity of our body. The WBCs they not only involved to fight against the foreign, and they are not only the part of immune system. WBCs they also produce and other kind of the chemicals. These chemicals they are anticoagulant chemicals. Anticoagulant chemicals which prevent the blood from coagulation. What is coagulation? Coagulation is the process when the blood from liquid form is changed into a jelly type form. The coagulation of the blood that will cause the death, and thus the WBCs they produce anticoagulant chemicals and prevent from the coagulation of the blood. But in old ages, generally, what happens if a man that reaches an age of about 90, 100 or above 100, the WBCs they produce no much amounts, needed amount of the anticoagulant chemicals, and as a result, the coagulation of the blood in old ages that results the death. Dear students, inshallah we will discuss in next topic.